Decision has been reached to increase bus fares by 4% from midnight tomorrow.
A discussion on the increase of bus fares in line with the fuel price hike was held at the Ministry of Transport today. The meeting was attended by Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation, Nimal Siripala de Silva, and representatives of bus associations.
Bus fares will increase by 4% from midnight tomorrow. We don't have to keep on holding discussions with these trade unions on drafting a price formula for the variation of bus prices with fuel prices. We need to prepare a formula for this. The fuel pricing formula is a curse to the country. This is a victory to all private bus owners. If the price of diesel is increased on the 10th of next month, the bus fares will also increase accordingly. Owners of private buses begged before the minister for a rupee today.
The National Transport Commission said the price revision does not affect the prices of tickets of luxury buses and buses that operate along expressways. Import tax on a kilogram of sugar was increased by 18 rupees from midnight yesterday. The Ministry of Finance said this will not affect the market price of sugar.
Any tax that the government imposes on us will fall over the people. We sold sugar at 105 rupees in the wholesale market today. When this goes to the village, it will increase by at least 15 rupees. The market price will be about 130 rupees.
Meanwhile, the Cost of Living Committee has decided to increase the price of a gas cylinder by 195 rupees. A pricing formula has been introduced for fuel prices to be revised monthly, and prices were increased in the past 2 months. The government has decided to present the budget proposal for the financial year 2019 to Parliament on the 5th of November. Previously, it was stated that the budget will be presented on the 8th of November. However, during the time the budget is being presented, many important factors that affect the people, including fuel prices, various import taxes, income taxes and bus fares, are being amended and implemented. After the budget proposal was presented last year, 19 supplementary estimates were presented for the allocation of additional funds. The presentation of a supplementary estimate during the debate on the budget last year was a special occurrence. During the period that Ravi Karunanayake held the portfolio of Minister of Finance since 2015, 70 supplementary estimates were presented to Parliament.
19 supplementary estimates were presented. Out of the 19, about 15 were for the purchase of vehicles for ministers and monitoring MPs. It was also for changes in office staff. The bond scam has resulted in a situation where additional interest has to be paid. The country's budget is being presented to be implemented from the 1st of January. The budget that is currently being implemented and was passed on the 8th of November last year showed certain figures including the country's income, the expenditure and the deficit. While the budget is passed and the method of taxation and the expenses are shown, fuel prices are being increased monthly. Is it easy when the prices of sugar and dal is increased by 30 rupees? The government does not have to increase and decrease prices according to the situation. That is something that happens with the dollar. It is not just in Sri Lanka. The Indian rupee fell by 11% and ours only fell by 6%. The Pakistan rupee has fallen by 5.03%. In January 2014, what was the price of gas? It was 2,396 rupees. When considering the price reduction in December 2014, just before the election, the current price is still lesser by 163 rupees. In 2011, the price of milk powder was 220 rupees and by 2014, it was 325 rupees. It has been maintained at 325 rupees until today. When did the people ever say they are living happily? There is a global economic crisis today. The price of the dollar skyrocketed suddenly. Many investors from all around the world moved their surplus cash to the US. Therefore, all the money in the reserves in all the banks will reduce. It is not just limited to Sri Lanka. When our currency reduces, our goods increase in price, our fuel prices increase. America does not have that issue, but every other country does. Also, many countries have increased their taxes. That too is a huge blow to international business. Every country is affected by this, mostly poor nations.
In the first quarter of 2015, earnings from exports were recorded at US dollars 5.4 billion. In 2018, earnings from exports have reduced to US dollars 3 billion. During the first quarter of 2015, the foreign direct investment inflows were 544 million US dollars, and during the first quarter of 2018, it has reduced to 492 million US dollars. In 2015, the GDP growth rate was at 4.4%, and in 2018, it has declined to 3.2%. Today, the selling price of a Sri Lankan rupee once again dropped to 167.41 against the US dollar.